Welcome to another Searching for Sparks. I'm your host, Tim Motzer, and today we have the amazing Julie Slick. And I'm so excited because Julie has been a friend for a long time, but also is one of the greatest bass players in the world, as we all know. Now we're going to dive in. Welcome, Julie Slick, please. Searching for Sparks.
Hey, Tim.
Thanks for joining tonight. This is so much fun.
Yeah, I always love talking to you. So, of course, it's so funny. You're in the dark and I'm in the light. It's so bright over here in Seattle.
Nighttime here.
Yes, in the studio.
But actually, I'm down in the studio, so it's always nighttime down here.
Yes, yes.
So lots of excitement's going on, it seems like. And
Yes.
Maybe we can start there about some of the latest news on Julie Slick land.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really crazy year. I have been playing with Adrian. This is my 20th year.
Wow.
Of playing with Adrian Belew, which is totally insane.
Bravo.
Yeah. So, and I also turned 40 in January. So it was a very, coming of age, kind of inward looking, where am I going? What am I doing?
Yeah.
And did the cruise with Adrian, the Cruise to the Edge, and then also started a new project, Astronaut, with Jane Getter and Rachel Flowers and Durga McBroom. Yeah. And so that was really cool. And then I got back from the cruise, and it was really like Adrian's been really busy with Beat.
Oh, man.
So it's been great, but it means that the trio hasn't been touring that much. So I was really wondering, how am I going to survive this year? Am I going to have to get a regular job? I don't know what to do.
Real talk.
And then all of a sudden things just kind of started falling into place for me because, I admittedly, the cruise was a little hard for me. I just because I was in the two bands, I was really run down and my mental health took it had been not great since the pandemic, with everything being shut down and not being able to play music for people that was that wasn't just on a screen, but playing to my computer basically.
Absolutely.
So I didn't realize how much that had really affected me, but it really crushed me pretty good. And so I started to take the steps to get better. And in that time, it felt like it was an immediate reward. Once I started to take the time to get my head together and, get help, my phone just started buzzing off the hook all the time for different gigs. And so now my whole year is basically booked up. The first thing that happened is that I am part-time at a new label here in Seattle. This guy, Keith Ballinger, his artist name is Keith Wayne. He started a label, a studio in his house, and he's brought me on to sort of be a musical director slash session bass player slash a music industry consultant. And he worked at Google, so he's well involved in the tech world, so he knows how to game the algorithm. And so it's a reciprocative relationship because I'm learning a lot about the way the tech world works.
That's really cool. That's right up your alley anyway.
Exactly. And my friend is working there too, so we get to hang out all the time in this beautiful house on Capitol Hill. Could bring my dog there whenever, so that's really good.
What's the label called?
It's called Keetba. It's Queetba. Keetba
Awesome.
Records. And then there's another project called Brightwood that I'm also a part of under that umbrella on that label. It's the two guys who are running the label, and then they're going to eventually, I think, search out other artists to sign. And it's really just a great collective, and they really want to just help out the music community here, which is amazing because a lot of my artist friends in Seattle, moved away because it's just a very expensive city to live in, frankly. So the fact that these guys, who have more means than just the everyday average artist, are able to kind of help support us, really amazing. So that's been the first thing. And then Jerry Harrison reached out. He kind of, because Adrian's busy, he still wants to be able to accept shows. So he's rebranded the Remain in Light project now. It's now called Jerry Harrison's 50 Years of Talking Heads. So we played in Milwaukee, their Summerfest. And then there's another show coming up September 12th in Mill Valley, where Jerry lives. So again, that's just a slightly different show, not doing as much of we are still doing some Remain in Light material, but not necessarily doing the songs that like are classically like Adrian features, where he does like
well, that's a big catalog, the Talking Heads.
100%, and people have so much fun, and it's a lot of fun to put on that show, and I'm happy to be continuing that project as well.
Well, before we go forward on that, let me jump in, because let's talk about Jerry Harrison's project for a minute. Because for you as a bass player, and I know your work, and you're amazing, and I know how you play. How was it transitioning to Tina Weymouth's bass lines?
Well, it's funny because, when I play King Crimson material and Adrian Belew, like solo material that was, played by Tony Levin and Les Claypool and these guys, I got that gig when I was 20, and I knew like, hey, I'm not Tony. Tony's and Les Claypool are gods, like these guys are insane. I can only be kind of me, so I'll put my kind of spin on things.
Yeah.
With Tina's lines, on the other hand, I feel like they're so intrinsic to the song.
Yes.
That I feel like I can't really do anything but play those bass lines exactly the way she did, because that's how the song goes. Like it'd be like playing a different part. So
it's like the foundation of the tracks.
Yeah, it's like, so it's a different sort of challenge. It's a meditation in a way to like play the same bass line for 7 minutes, or just lock in with the fellow rhythm section with the percussionist and drummer. So yeah, it was challenging in a different way, just to like be there, be in the moment, and perform these incredible, like epic songs.
Are there any particular Talking Head songs that you love playing every night?
I mean, and this is I think the one that I was kind of alluding to, but like Born Under Punches is probably my favorite, and that literally is the same bass line looped for 7 minutes. It does not change, but it's so fun to play. Yeah, that one's my favorite.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
So please continue on all the new.
Oh yeah. So it's funny because I've taken lots of flights. I've been blessed over the years to be traveling so much for work, and I have never missed a flight ever in my life. But then the other day when I played Summerfest, I had a 6 a.m. flight. So I had a 4 a.m. lobby call, and I had just, got there the day before from Seattle. So I thought to myself, 2 a.m. I can stay up till like 2 a.m. Seattle time, no problem. I was all amped after the show. Like I couldn't fall asleep. I was hanging out with the bandmates in the hotel, and well, I fell asleep about an hour before the lobby call, and I was in deep sleep, missed the flight, woke up like in a panic at 6:20, like 20 minutes after my flight left. And I'm like, oh no. And this was like July 4th weekend, which, we had the World Cup. We were one of the World Cup series cities. So we were hosting that US-Belgium game the day after, that Monday. So all the flights were like insanely expensive or already booked. So I was like, oh no, what have I done?
You're trapped.
Exactly. I'm trapped in Milwaukee. So I found one flight that was like not too expensive, that wouldn't cause me to like lose everything I made on the show, basically. And it was a 12-hour trip. Instead of having a nonstop, easy peasy flight from Milwaukee to Seattle, I had to fly to San Diego, have a layover in San Diego, fly to Sacramento, have a layover there, then fly on to Seattle. But it was all I could do. Like I just like accepted the fact and did that. So I was in the airport in Milwaukee, and I have noticed a couple of other artists have put up like these sort of Ask Me Anythings in Instagram when they have like long travel days. So I thought, you know what the heck, like let's do an Ask Me Anything. I'm going to be traveling for 12 hours today. Why not? And somebody reached out to me, a friend in Spain, and she asked, name 3 bands that you're listening to right now. So I tagged the 3 bands that I was listening to, Sown, and my friend Nick Reinhardt, his band Disheveled Cuss, and my other friend Emma Ruth Rundle, who I've known for a little over 10 years.
Oh,
and
wow.
I became friends with her through my LA, when I lived in LA, and my
That's
friend groups and in that scene. And so we became friends, and then I started to listen to her music over the last, I want to say, like, I listened to some of it when we first met, but then I really became like a super fan over COVID. I just like really delved into her music and just became
yeah,
such a huge fan.
makes sense.
So I tagged her, and then, an hour or so later, I'm on the plane. We're like taking off, and I get a message from her, and she says like, "Hey, how's it going? It's been so long. We haven't seen each other in so long." I'm like, "I know, it's crazy." And she mentioned that she moved to Portland from LA, and I told her that I live in Seattle now. And then she mentioned that she was putting a band together and looking for a bass player. And I was like in the seat in the plane, like trying to like keep it cool, kind of like when the bass gig opened up for the Remain in Light project. I'm like, pick me, please, please, please.
Absolutely.
And yeah, she said it was going to be the tour is going to be in November and December, which is absolutely perfect because I have so many gigs like lined up now between solo things. Like I'm playing at Bumbershoot also, this big
Oh,
festival here in Seattle.
I
I'm
love that
playing
festival.
a solo set with some break dancers. I'm so excited.
Cool.
Like so many exciting things happening. So I'm doing prog stock with Astronaut. So literally my whole calendar's been like claimed. And so November and December is like the first free time that I have. And now boom, I have this Emma Ruth Rundle tour. And Gina Gleason is going to be on guitar, who I've
Oh,
known
wow.
from School of Rock. We
Gene is
never
great.
we never actually got to play together because she's a couple years younger. We kind of like just missed each other with our time there. I think she played with Eric maybe on a couple
This
shows,
is going
but
to be amazing, Julie.
yeah, I'm really like the band's gonna be awesome. Like I'm so excited, and I'm excited to play for a new project completely besides like the stuff that I've been doing.
Yeah.
And
It's a
yeah,
departure really from what you're
yeah,
known for, maybe.
exactly. But it's music that I truly could want to support and want to stand behind, and
Yeah,
promote. So
I kind of want to talk about that thread
hmm
because you've worked with Adrian, you've played a lot of King Crimson centric type music. But when I think of your own solo work, especially some of your cyclic work that uses
yeah,
repetition and arpeggiated kinds of things,
yeah,
that's like to me that's your voice. I mean, I know
hmm
you as a bass player, an incredible bass player, but as a let's say a composer,
yeah,
that's one of your things. And
yep,
and that music for me always took you out of the Crimson world and put you into this other area
right. I
in
mean,
a
there's
way.
still definitely the influence for sure,
Oh
but
yeah, I
yeah,
mean
yeah,
Prague is in you, right? I mean
yeah,
you kind of grew up with it, so the DNA is in
yeah,
you. So this is
right.
like, but it's like, I mean, it's been around for a while, but it's kind of like a new voice, I would say, or
Yeah,
a new
yeah.
area. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? How you got started with that kind of writing?
I think it's just from being like a 90s kid, growing up in the era of grunge, and that's why I was so drawn to Seattle, I think in the first place too,
Oh,
was
that's so
like
great. Yeah,
this was like this is where all rock music was being made in the
yeah,
90s, like the stuff
yeah,
that I really loved.
yeah.
So it really resonated with me to be here. And of course, there's the Crimson connection with the Seattle Guitar Circle and the guys that are
Absolutely.
and girls that are all crafties. So it felt like a nice like marriage of those two worlds.
Yeah,
And yeah, I've always liked, there's always like of course I grew up with prog rock, but I also grew up with grunge and alternative rock. So
absolutely. So that's all
uh,
in there.
yeah, exactly. And of course, a huge Radiohead fan, which is not from Seattle, but just a big Johnny Greenwood. Now I live in Greenwood.
Perfect.
Yep. You mentioned that when you were walking around the hood. You're like, "Oh, you live in Johnny Greenwood."
I love that I said that.
You did. I know, it was great. So true. I was like, oh yeah, I guess I totally subconsciously chose. Like, I don't know why I'm really resonating here.
Yeah, so kind of all of those things coming together in a way. But
Yeah, and other art forms too, like David Lynch's work and, Twin Peaks being, inspired by this area, so that world as well, I'm inspired by, like, as you are, like, I'm inspired by more things than just music. I'm inspired by
oh,
the
of
nature that
course,
we have. I'm inspired by
of
all the
course.
travels,
Yeah.
everything that is food. Let us not
Well,
forget my favorite.
oh, I have so many questions laid out,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like we can't grab them all at one
yeah,
time. But
yeah.
yeah, Chef Julie, of course, renowned foodie, and I'm always happy when you're at my house and say, Tim, let me cook some food.
Yes,
We've had
yes,
some major throwdowns here.
yes.
But yeah, Seattle, I wanted to ask you specifically about three scenes, and that's the
Hmm.
LA scene, because you lived there for a while, and
Sure.
Seattle scene, and
Hmm.
the Philly scene. Were there
Yeah.
any other scenes that you were part of or lived at for a longer period of time?
I mean, I guess you could say like there was a little bit of European, like Italian and Spanish scenes.
Oh, you were
Not
over
like
in
any.
Italy for a while too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, in like the small towns over there.
So all those places had to really affect you in a lot of ways.
Absolutely, yeah,
Can
for
you
sure.
talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean,
I
let's
mean,
see.
Philadelphia, come
Of
on.
course, yeah, Philly, the first 26 years of my life. And, I mean, when I first told my dad that I was, getting more serious about playing music and that I was like really starting to focus on bass being my primary instrument, and he plays me, Stanley Clark, and I'm just like, I just remember sitting on the floor and just crying. Like, it's so beautiful, but also like, it's so good. I'll never be that good. So just, and of course Jocko and all these amazing bass players that came from the Philly area, musicians, period.
Yeah.
And that just being around me at all times, and all the jams and things that we've had, and like gone to play with Calvin,
Oh, yeah.
and
We'll
these
talk
sorts
about
of
that.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
these areas remain interconnected in a way.
Yes. Yeah, and going to see jazz, shows at Ortlieb's before it became a different, when it was still a jazz club. And, shows at Johnny Brenda's, and the whole indie rock scene and Dr. Dog scene, which then Eric, joined that band.
Yeah.
So
Eric
just,
Slick.
yeah, absorbing all the music that Philly had to offer. And then I was like, okay, now where? So I had met Danny Carey, through Adrian, and through Pat, because he sat in with us for a
Yeah.
couple of
That
shows with Crimson
Mastelotto.
Project.
Yeah.
And so I decided, like, let's go explore LA for a little while. So I moved out there for a year, and got to meet people like Emma, which you don't realize when you're meeting these people, that maybe in 10 years you'll be playing in a band together, these kinds of things. So
No, I
worth
love those
doing.
kinds of stories, and just connecting in with different people. You never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And
And,
just, yeah, yeah,
and you can't make it happen. It just has to
right,
happen. And
right.
there's so many synchronicities that occur, and just happy accidents and things like that that bring people together.
Exactly, like meeting David Lynch in the cemetery when I went to go see Pat play with Christabel, like that crazy story, like never expected that I would be sitting on a stone bench in a cemetery listening to him talk about Philadelphia and his time there, like
Wow.
epic. So, LA was cool to rub shoulders with people like that, and, absorb some of their energy.
Yeah. Well,
It,
David Lynch, one of the greatest artists of all time, right?
it literally, yeah, exactly. And so 6 years then becoming a nomad and just absorbing more, and writing a lot. I was really pretty prolific in that time. I think
There
it's
was
just like so much input, like it was just cycling through me, just
So the nomad years, there was a period of time with you that I kind of remember, I think, where you did not have a home base. You were
right.
literally like on the road all the time, and so you were just at hotels. And when tours would end, then you would have to figure out
Yep.
where and what's
Yep.
going
It was stressful, but I would like not spend more than 2 weeks anywhere at a given time. I would just meet people on the road, and
Yeah.
people like Marco,
Yeah.
and ended up going to Italy after the Hprizm Project tour ended in Europe. And I went to Italy and did some shows with Marco, and then we started Echo Test. And so I went back to Italy a lot. But again, I never really was like at his house, like living there. I was just always bouncing around, going to Germany, going to the UK, do projects all around, Belgium, Sweden, doing the IB Expo with David Torn,
Yeah.
and then flying right down to Chile after that, like
Yeah.
crazy.
The beauty of all this, looking back, is that you were totally on the flow, and
Yes.
you were wide open. So it was just
Yes.
like, sure, let's go.
Yeah. And then, COVID happened, and I'm like, oh, I guess I live in Seattle now. Okay.
Oh, is
It was
that
like
where
a massive,
COVID stopped you?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean,
Stopped
I was getting to into my, mid 30s at that time, and I was like, I kind of would like to set roots down somewhere. Like the flow has been nice, but it is, like I've said, stressful to kind of figure out where you're going to be spending
Stress?
the next, you got to plan ahead, and then the next thing ahead and the next thing ahead. And I realized that like I wasn't getting as much work because people didn't know where I was at any given time. They just saw me as like, oh, Julie's never here. Like she's always doing something, which is true. But like in my mind, it was like, oh, I'm always available. Like hit me up. I'll come to your city and we'll do some work together.
Yeah.
But nobody was really thinking of me because I wasn't there. And it's even taken me until now. I've been in Seattle for about 7 years, and it's only taken me until now to start getting more gigs around town here
So
because
so now you
because
probably
people, yeah,
you have like
yeah,
a community there now, right?
right, literally, because like I went and I got to sit in with Diggable Planets last summer, like after it was like a post Bumbershoot show that I popped in with Jessica Laurie, the saxophone player, and Brittany Anjou, who I had just done some shows with at the Mermaid, and sat in with them. And then Asan, their drummer, hosts an open mic night at Sea Monster every Monday, which is amazing. That's the kind of thing that like whenever I'm missing Philly, like that makes me feel like I'm home. It really gives me the same warm and fuzzy feeling.
Oh,
You got
that's
to check it out
awesome.
when you're here. And he saw me there. Asan saw me and he was like, "Oh, you're in town." I'm like, like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, "I live here." And it like blew his mind. Like, and that's when I like realized like people don't even realize I'm here because once everything opened back up, I was like immediately touring with Remain in Light and Adrian again. And so I wasn't playing around Seattle that much. And it's taken till now to like pretty much this year for people to
Wow.
realize like, oh yeah, she's in town. Let's get her to work. Put her to work.
What are
Here's
you
some
talking
shows.
about? Like you've been in Seattle how long? Since
20
2021?
like it was like pretty much end of 2019.
Okay.
And then COVID happened, and and so I was
Wow.
here.
I think that makes sense, though. It
Yeah.
takes that long to meet
Yeah.
people. Even living where I live, which is Fishtown,
Right.
I feel like there's a strong community now. I know so many people, but it takes a while to know everybody.
Right, exactly. And like, yeah, I knew like the crafty guys and girls, but like, and thems. But yeah, like that's a very like insular community, and I did do some shows with them. And there's
Yeah.
of course like the people that are involved around them, like the Kathy Moores and the Beth Fleeners, and I'm doing more work with them now as well. I forgot to mention those shows, which are amazing.
So many things.
Yeah, because there's just so many things. And yeah, just like super stoked to be doing more things with people like that too. And then yeah, people like Jess and Brittany, who I had met Brittany when I did the Shags tribute
Oh,
um,
wow.
in like 2011 or 12 or something around that time, like a long time ago, like 15 years ago.
Julie, it's just a blur at this point.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
much stuff, and that's
Exactly.
exciting. It's every time I'm around you, or when we get to play together, it's always such a buzz because
Yes.
there's so much energy happening.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm getting that from talking to you right now.
Good. I'm excited to be doing our show that we're doing in August 9th.
Yes. Well, that's a nice point. There's
Yes.
a really cool show in Philadelphia on August
Yes.
9th, and I'm really excited about it because we had talked about when we made a record the last time you were here, whenever that was. Who knows when it was? Was it
January? January, because I came right before my birthday.
Yeah, and so we made this record called Frozen Holy Water, and then we had talked like we have to play some gigs. So after Crimson Camp, you were going to come to Philly, and I'm like, oh, amazing timing. I looked at the calendar, and I had just booked a date with Pact at Johnny Brenda's with Percy Jones and Kenny Grohowski, and I'm like, we can do our duo and open and do some Frozen Holy Water kind of vibes, ambient stuff, or whatever happens. And then when I talked to Percy Jones and Kenny, I said, maybe we can have a super jam at the end with Julie. And they're like, awesome. Oh yeah. Percy was like, oh yeah, that sounds good.
I love it.
So that's awesome. What's happened August 9th at Johnny Brenda's. So we hope everybody will come to that show. It's going to be super special. Holy moly is what I'll say.
Yeah, holy water, holy moly.
So that's really exciting. And you know, it was really fun making that record. And it's kind of like a different side of maybe both of us.
Yeah, exactly.
In a bizarre way, because we both make ambient music and all kinds of experimental music, but there's always something about the chemistry of coming together that something new occurs. And I just love that record. And we've had a lot of people say such beautiful things about it. You know, it kind of makes them feel good inside. So it's kind of
I love that. It makes me feel good inside.
And we've done a few records along the way also. The other one I wanted to bring up was we did an album that started out a long time ago with Calvin Weston playing drums. And it was going to be an instrumental trio record, I thought. Yeah. And Calvin played trumpet, pocket trumpet on it. And
speaking of Frozen Holy Water, Frozen pocket trumpet.
Frozen pocket trumpet. Say that real fast.
Yeah.
And he literally, it was wintertime, another winter session. And he went out to his car to get his pocket trumpet, and it was frozen. And he came in and thawed it out and played on this record.
Yeah. And he was like, it's so cold.
So that album actually turned into this epic record that features a whole cast of amazing poets, including Ursula Rucker and Hprizm, Elliot Levin, and others. And that came out recently, and it features your amazing bass playing throughout the whole record. And it turned into like something unplanned. And it
was like 10 years in the making too. So it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, you know, some things that just happen that are like, you know, takes 10 years.
They happen when they happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a really cool record. It's called Secret Voices, and the name of the album is Caravan, and it's on my label 1K. And you should check it out, everyone. Along with Holy Water. Yes. But you have a bunch of records out. Do you have any plans to do any more solo stuff or any more echo test stuff? Or are you into another phase now?
Yeah, right now I've been working so much and like just providing bass for so many things that I do have so many little nuggets and ideas.
I'm sure you do.
I do try to put them up on Bandcamp for my subscribers as often as I can. I know I'm a little bit behind. I need to put some more things up there. But yeah, writing stuff all the time. But yeah, I've been really busy working with other people. So
I love hearing this.
Yeah, it's been good. And yeah, just did a recording session with Kathy, who I just mentioned, Kathy Moore. And we recorded at Don Gunn's studio, not too far from here. And Ruby Lucinda on drums. So they were performing with us in Astronaut on the cruise ship. And like I'm loving our rhythm section, the way we sound together. Just an amazing player and human. And so, yeah, Kathy, myself, and Ruby, and then we did some shows around town this past weekend, and yeah, it was awesome.
That leads me to a kind of a question, because you've been out there doing this for a long time, and you know, I wanted to get into the subject of women in music, because there's so many stories, you know, and we read about it in Tape Op magazine, women engineers. Who have struggled in that industry, and it seems like it's such a positive moment in time right now, you know, where this has been like a groundswell for a long time. But your experience, like, I'm just curious about some of your stories you might have about the challenges. You
I
know?
mean, there's definitely still to this day like some challenges, like feeling like we're being treated fairly. For
Right.
example, like when it's
Yeah.
an all female project, it's easily cast as like a gimmick or written off in that way.
Right.
But it's powerful.
Yes, it
It's
is.
powerful to be in a band, and it's been awesome. And then, like I haven't had too many experiences where I've been able to play with like all women. It's really cool. I love
Very cool.
playing with everybody, but like it is. I'm excited, especially for like the Emma Ruth Rundle tour. That's going to be an all female band,
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm pretty excited about
Yeah.
that. And yeah, especially because the music is, can be pretty heavy and has a powerful message. So
Deep.
the fact that, it's being played by people with uteruses is pretty cool.
It's
And
amazing.
yeah, it's really been awesome because the way women listen and the way we can nurture each other on stage, support each other. Um, it's really magical.
It's a whole different experience.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's beautiful. I mean,
yeah.
the thing is that Adrian has been lucky all these years to have you, and he's kind of
Hmm.
kept you close, right?
Yes,
So, the people, once they have you, they don't want to let go of you. So
right.
this is really amazing and awesome that you're being able to branch out right now.
Yeah, hey,
But
and I'm hoping that we can still do more of Adrian's Power Trio next year. That's not to say that that won't come back.
I'm sure
You
you
know,
will.
because I know some of the people in Beat are pretty busy next year. So just saying, don't be surprised if there's not like another Power Trio kind of thing coming.
Oh, well,
Um,
we'll see you with Adrian. I have no
yeah,
doubts.
yeah, but I am very happy to be branching out as well. You know.
I mean, I wanted to just ask you about your relationship with Adrian because it's maybe your longest running relationship,
Yeah.
right? And
Yes. Yeah.
how that relationship has grown and from the moment you started with Eric playing drums to
Yeah.
now, it's like it must feel like family at this point. I would,
Oh, absolutely. It's felt like family for a long time, but it
yeah.
really is like he's like my uncle,
Uncle
I've
Abe.
I've grown up with him. I was 20 years old when I got the gig, so I was still in college. We joke that like I got my master's with
You
him,
did. You did,
literally.
right?
So from the master himself.
Yeah.
And yeah, his view of the world, his view of life, his joy, his effervescent joy. And it makes me feel good that he's as happy with me as I am with, like working together. Like,
Being a
I
part.
know that a lot of the people in the Remain in Light project noticed a difference when I joined the band, for example. Like Adrian opened up and felt more relaxed on stage, like he could be more of himself. And that just means the world to me that I enabled that, facilitated that, because I always feel comfortable playing with him too. It's like
Yeah.
he's like I said, an uncle, like a father figure. So like he's definitely in the family. He's definitely an honorary Slick.
And you're an honorary Belew, I imagine.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Any any good Adrian tour stories for us?
Oh man, so many. Where do I even like think about that? Hmm, man,
Well,
my brain
I
is
remember
like,
seeing you guys in Cincinnati, and it was actually the Project tour
yeah.
and the Crimson Projects, and I just remember at the end of that show saying, "God damn, so unbelievable!"
Yeah.
And you were like Queen Crimson, you know. You may be the only woman that has played Crimson material with some of the
Yeah.
guys, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't want to I don't want to claim it and be wrong. The Prague people will come after me.
We said one
Um,
of possibly, so
yes, yes. I mean, yeah, yeah,
which is quite a distinctive thing. That's amazing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just like I can't think of any one story. I just can only think of like all the laughing. Like there was one tour where we
I
It was the
love
same.
that.
It was like the Two of a Perfect Trio tour. Adrian and I were the only ones riding in the van together at certain points. And I remember we drove from Kansas City to San Francisco, and we did it in like 3 days, and we just laughed. Like we had belly aches. We just laughed so much the whole way. We were doing this thing on my phone. I had downloaded this app called iReverse, and we were like saying things into the app, and then I would reverse them, and then we would learn them in the reversed way, and then we
Right.
would record them again reversed, and then reverse it back, and we always sounded like drunk Russians. And we were crying, like driving across like nothing but like, just desolate, like nothingness, and, Wyoming, like these great, beautiful, big skies. And we're just going like, and
These,
singing like Jimmy Crack Corn and I Don't Care, but like reversed.
this is what happens on the road, folks.
Yes, yes.
And amazing things happen on the road like that. It's so much fun. Like you get
Yeah.
even more childlike or something. But
Yes.
it really makes. I remember like when we had the short tour. I think it was Fourth Dimension tour with Pat and
Yes.
Marco, and
Yeah.
how much fun we had on that, and how many
Yeah.
laughs and
Oh,
and
always.
I'm sure you remember the famous Thomas Dolby coming in backstage in Baltimore.
Abraham's gonna kill you for telling that story.
I don't have to tell that story, but
Our
Abraham
friend.
did tell some
Jokes.
jokes that were very not nice to English people, and Thomas Dolby being very English and was eating cupcakes with us and having a nice
Yes.
time, and was
Yes.
offended and said, "Oh, I think I'm going to leave and go find my seat now."
Yes.
And as soon as he left, we were like, "Abraham, do you know who that was? That was Thomas Dolby."
Yeah. Like we were joking, like, "Oh, way to go! You got him to leave." He goes, "What? Who was that?" We go, "Thomas Dolby." He goes, "That was Thomas Dolby." He was so mad at himself.
He went out and apologized and made it all good,
Yeah. That was
but
so funny.
later on we couldn't stop saying science.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're all Dolby fans, and we love Thomas Dolby so
Yes.
much. And
Yes.
the fun thing that happened out of that tour was Pat had some kind of app that would make creatures.
Yes.
You could take somebody's face and turn it into a monster. So he turned
Yes.
Thomas into a monster
Amazing.
and would have it saying science.
Yes.
And
I
we were
remember
passing
that.
that around. So there's some more like hilarious road stories,
Yeah. The childlike wonder. Never lose
Yeah.
it.
Things that get you through, keep you
Yes.
laughing.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, again, you've been on the road, you've been on the move, you've been a nomad, you've made it to here. It's just bravo, Julie, and just
Thank you.
amazing what's happening.
Thank you.
And it's not easy to get through, and I know that everybody struggles and continues to struggle to this day. And these days and times, to be busy and to be working is amazing, I think.
Yes.
What is some of your advice for creatives in general right now in this moment in time? Like creatives meaning artists, musicians, writers.
Yeah. I mean, all I could say is like, don't give up, keep going, as hard as it gets. I wanted to mention about my struggles at the beginning because
We can
I
talk about
really know, I just really was like kind of lost. Like I felt like I'd been putting all of this work into my career, and it just was felt like it was flatlining in a way. And everyone kept telling me all along that I was going to be fine, and it just never felt like things. I mean, there were opportunities, and I was able to see that, like I was eternally grateful for the career that I had, but I was really wondering if it was like, if there was nothing more left for me in the music industry, and to
Yeah.
just like keep making art, but like find some other way of like making a living. And and it was really like causing a lot of stress and anxiety, like
Yeah.
really bad anxiety, like doing like remedial tasks, like go to the grocery store. I would like have panics and like get lightheaded. And like I said, on the cruise, I was really like shaky, and I was having a really hard time like calming down. And just pretending like no one knew. No one knew. I was like smiling the whole time. Like that's the thing. Like you never know when people are suffering. So always check in
Yeah.
on your people. Check in with
Absolutely.
yourself. Be honest with yourself. and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. And like I
That's great
said,
advice.
I've just felt extremely, lucky, not entitled, but just like really very fortunate to have like started to put the work in and to get some pretty good results pretty immediately, like feeling a lot better, and also like getting more work and being able to continue to survive just being an artist, just being me. So don't give up.
Don't give up. And
Yeah.
I know one of the sides of that, of not giving up, was leaning into food and cooking.
Yes, exactly.
And that's something you've done for a long time, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was like what I did during COVID to like kind of keep my creative juices going. Cause like at a certain point, I was like playing a little bit. But after a while, I just kind of like lost all inspiration to pick up the bass. But I just kept cooking, kept trying to make, new dishes, kept trying to like perfect my pizza dough recipe.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I use the Badia recipe. It's a good one.
Oh yeah.
It's a good one. So,
Classic.
yeah. And yeah, and so and that in and of itself, it's a very intimate art form. Like people are literally consuming it, eating it. And I've always done that like through my nomad years. That's how I kind of paid my hosts back, was to cook for them. If they let me stay with them, I would cook for them. So, it's been a sort of like old school kind of trade, contactless. Well, not really contactless, I guess, but not like not there's no like financial exchange, just a food exchange,
Yeah.
an art exchange.
Yeah. And did that start from your dad, would you say? Was your dad the inspiration for cooking?
Sure, yeah. I mean, my parents both are big foodies. My mom always being like the menu designer, like curating what we're gonna have all week, and then dad executing, being the executive chef. Although mom did do some dishes as well. She doesn't like to,
Nice.
she discounts herself, but she had her dishes. She would always make spaghetti and meatballs and things like that. Um, and yeah, so we just always ate really well, and that's Eric and I, we would have like our friends come over and we would all eat together and play my dad's guitars, listen to his records. We'd watch the, music VHSs and DVDs. And so, yeah, we've always just been, like, we've always relished that kind of community.
Well, here's another question for you. How much are you paying attention to AI at this stage?
Ugh.
Do you use
I
it?
I do not use it now.
What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's funny because I work like, at the label, I'm working for these guys that like were part of like the AI, like the reason for it being so, ubiquitous now. And so they use it actively. So I'm hearing more and learning more about it, because my initial reaction is just to no, it's trash, and nothing good can come of it.
How are the guys at the label using AI?
For coding and things like that, and like,
Oh,
yeah, not for writing music at all.
I think
Just
that's a good
yeah,
use for it.
yeah.
Templates and things like that.
Yeah, I've heard like of another friend that like had this amazing idea to like help like artists like in the community, and like used AI to help write an app that is actually going to help artists. So like there are some good uses for it.
Sure.
I just don't think it should be used for creating art, because that like is an oxymoron to me. To use something artificial intelligence to create something that isn't like inherently a human thing. And the thing that that you know I can't help but think is that, what is AI? It's, you're training this model to learn things. You can't really generate anything new. It's just regenerating things that have already been done.
That's right.
So that's, to me, ultimately, like good art should be challenging and should be different and should be like something you've never seen before. Like, sure, the DNA is there, like the King Crimson, the little bit of Radiohead spice is in there, but it's not like a formulaic,
Yeah.
because then you don't have that human filter, that human vessel with their own experiences to like process through that. It's just like the robot says.
It always comes out differently put through a human, you know.
Yes. Yes.
And that's inspiration, and inspiration is fine, you know.
And how can we as humans connect to something that isn't made by humans, you know?
And it's also like I just feel like, you know, creativity, the whole idea of it is the process, what we have to go through, the struggle, you know, the things that allow us to make music. You know, sometimes we just start playing the guitar and a whole thing drops out like immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was no thought there. It just happened. Or maybe you just went through some deep shit. And as a result of that, you know, it's a way of letting it out. And
I mean, I've always said that the thinking is like, and thinking and writing don't go hand in hand at all. It's like, you turn the brain off, you just let it flow.
Absolutely. Well, let it flow is that's what this episode could be called, actually.
Nice. I like it.
I would say your life, your musical life and creative life has been flowing for quite some time. And continues. And I'm excited to see you with Emma. That's going to be amazing. You play Philly too, right?
Yeah, we do at Underground Arts. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll see you October 9th, I assume sometime.
Yes, at some point during the Prague Stock. Or are you saying August 9th?
August 9th.
August 9th, yeah. I was going to say.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Will you be at Prague Stock as well, or no? Just
I might go to Prague Stock.
Yeah.
I'm not playing there yet, but I definitely want to reach out. And there's a few bands I'd love to see.
There might also be something else with Countermoon coming in October as well, before the Emma tour. That's the project I recorded. Was it last winter? Yeah. With Ryan Jewell and Carl Ward and Dave Santine. So yeah, there might be something at the end of October with that as well. So. And
did you say you'll be at Prague Stock as well?
Yeah, with Astronaut. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, is that the first U.S. show? It was on a ship before.
Yep.
Okay, I want to see that. What day is that?
I think Saturday, maybe Friday or Saturday. I don't know. I'm bad.
Okay.
There's a lot of gigs.
One of the two.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great, Julie.
Yeah.
August 9th, we get to play. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything
and I love it because that's the only gig I don't have to learn a bunch of music for.
Dude, if you're on the ship and you have to learn 2 full sets with different music, that's stressful. Come on.
Yeah. No, I've had whiplash. I've had like different sets to learn like every week. So go with the flow.
There it is. Well, it was so nice to hang. This was a full, it was a rich conversation.
Yes.
It was packed with a lot of information, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happened.
Awesome. Yeah. Just like the records.
Yeah, it is
perfect.
Like that. But anyway, I want to thank you for being on Searching for Sparks, Julie Slick episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Signing off.
Bye.